Alrighty, I think we're live. Let me test the audio here real quick. I can hear myself. Let me get my voice in here. Okay, let me turn down the gain a little bit. Alright, hello everyone. It is the nickel-plated condor here. This is my first stream here on YouTube. I've done a couple on Twitch before, but I thought I would try out YouTube also, since Twitch isn't necessarily pointed directly to gamers, since it is, so, you know. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some trading stuff here. I've posted a couple pre-recordings of me trading before, but that was through Twitch, so you couldn't really watch it live on YouTube. So this is my first time doing that. Yeah, so we're just gonna look at some stocks today. I have my eye on Netflix. I was trading Netflix. I'm going to make this line here. Alrighty, let's see. Netflix is gonna rebound here. They kind of hit this bottom level. This is the 1 minute right here. I've been eyeing this level here for Netflix. It's kind of been a level that they've hit as support 3, maybe 4 times, but this next time they're coming in, it's much closer to the 180 MA here. So I'm gonna watch that closely because of all the news we have around Netflix right now. Because it was kind of one of those stay-at-home quarantine stocks. I want to see if they'll bounce back. I actually sold a credit spread on them yesterday because if you looked at them yesterday on the 1 day, without this crazy MACD line here, you had, we were getting ready to get some MACD line crossing under the 0 line here. On the shorter time frames, it looks like it wants to cross over as well if you recover some. And then it's looking a little bit more stagnant on the 5 and 1 minute. We did have a line cross right there. And then one other one I looked at was Beyond. I tried to trade their earnings and it sucked. So they just broke down below their 180 MA. They're currently right there, which is very, very low. So they're worth about the same they were back then, even though their earnings were way worse. I'll have to watch them very carefully. I traded an Iron Condor on them. I am probably just going to close out of that right at open because that is not what I wanted. Just need out of that. Okay, place that order. So we'll probably see that fill in. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I just did Netflix and Beyond. So I did not do I was not very diversified. So I need to work on that also. Oh man. So I'm just gonna get to trading some other stuff today. We'll see what happens. What I'm gonna do right now actually is something I've been meaning to do here on Thinkorswim. I'm gonna make my scanner here. Scan for these. Oh, this is the spread hacker. Do stock hacker. Okay. You want to look at a stock that's over $5, volume over 100,000, market cap, this, over there, and then what was the other thing I had? I need to make one, add filter, study. Oh, this is one with upcoming earnings. We're actually going to close out that one. That's my earnings scanner. Custom. We can add, we're going to add a ADX crossover. Actually going to make it study, look up a study, and then we can go to the MACD. MACD crosses. Oh, I forgot how to do this. I'll have to figure this out later here. McDonald's to launch its own plant-based burger, the McPlant after Beyond Meat test. So Beyond kind of helped with that. UBS upgrades Beyond Meat to neutral from sell, but they adjust their price target to $107, which is more than what it's at right now by about $11. Piper Sandler upgrades Beyond Meat to overweight, announces $144 price target. That would be nice. JP Morgan cut them down. Beyond Meat's going to be with Pizza Hut. See, I think something like Beyond Meat is cool, but I guess I'd have to find out how many people are actually consuming their products selectively over just normal meat. I don't know what the ratio is from vegetarian to omnivore? Is that what you call it? A normal person that eats a full diet. Let's look at Apple. Alright, so I have a lot of lines right now. I'm going to actually delete the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, we're going to delete up here. Apply. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I had a couple lines marked out, like a channel that I thought they might break through, and they did that yesterday before close, although I wasn't really here at the end of the day yesterday. I'm going to try to do that today. But yeah, it looks like they broke down through that, tried this little bounce, but they're not done going down. It's funny that Apple would dip so hard. If you compare them to SPY, that's kind of crazy. What I'm going to do here with Apple is I'm going to go 37.98. I'm wondering if Apple's going to be a good buy right here with this wedge pattern I'm seeing. Because I like to swing trade the stocks. Sometimes I'll swing trade some promising ones. And if I go up, maybe this is 4 hour, the one right before the thing here. Just a second. There's the 1 day, 1 hour. Oh, there's no 4 hour. Where is it? Oh, it just must have covered itself up with the... It's not showing because it was on 4 hour. You can't really see it here. I like this. So, you've got this top, and you came down and settled, and you got this top, and you came down, and you broke above it, and you shot up to about here, which isn't very much, but then you're back down to the 115 range, which might be trying to find that this line as support here before they try to take off, possibly. We have some MACD crossing lines. Last time we had them, we had pretty steady but some pretty sure movement sometimes up to those price points. If we shorted at the line cross here, maybe there, and sold at the bottom, it would be about here. It's pretty good. I'm thinking Apple might be a good swing right now. I'll have to look for some other opportunities also. So we have Netflix. Hopefully they stay above their little channel range. I'm liking this support level. Over the last few months, they've hit it a couple times. Zoom out one tick here. You can see, yeah, it's been support here, and then we've kind of been topping out at 575, and the bottom has been 465. So this little $90 range we've been trading in ever since July. You kind of broke up into that level. There was a resistance here in July where it looks like they kind of tested it there. It's a little higher right there. So alrighty. So what quality does it say I'm streaming at? Auto 360p. Oh shoot. 360. It's supposed to be doing more than that. Edit button below. Okay, just a sec here. I'm gonna try to get the quality up because I've been streaming like 1440p on Twitch. Webcam stream it. No, I don't need webcam. Here. Duplicate stream key. Select the new key below to go live here or switch to livestock registration. Okay. I wonder why it's not letting me. Maybe that's just in the little stream manager thing here. Let's see what happens if I actually look up my thing. Here's a little spike here from Netflix back up over 470, but that's on low volume here in the pre-market, so I'm not going to assume much from that. See, if I click it here, okay, you can go up to 1440p if you're actually watching it, but in my little stream manager thingy, it's showing that the max is 360, but that's just because it's such a small window for me. Okay, good. So I'm having a look here at Netflix right now. They've been staying within this channel here between 575 and 465-ish since mid-July. And down here the other day, I sold some 470 put spreads. I think it might have just been yesterday, actually, so they might have been back down here. And they're currently at 470. So we'll have to see what happens with them. They expire at the end of the week. But right now they are a lot more expensive than I sold them for, because I sold them when they were somewhere up here, the 485 range, I think. There was a 5-minute MACD crossover. See, where's 5 minutes? It might have been right here where where I sold the spread. What I should have done is looked at some longer time frames to confirm me. What we do have right here, the 15-minute MACD. No, sorry, this is the 1-hour MACD that is looking a lot better for a rebound here. So if we can get a movement back up to the 480, 485 range today, that would be great. I really don't know what's going to happen. I just know that they've been in this channel for a very long time. We might have just seen another bounce off this bottom. It could take a few more days. But if they break through here, I'm just going to exit out of my position if they break down under 465. They actually touched 462 here in after hours. And earlier I had the line move down to that level. There's 462.50 maybe. That looks a little bit better, I think. Gives you a bit of room here. It did wick through here on this day here. Last day in September, it looks like. But yeah, we've tested this top of 575 twice. Unless you want to count that one as 3. That one wasn't quite all the way there, but same MACD oscillation. And now we're getting what looks like another turnaround. And then you have this one anomaly day yesterday, which was arguably, it was probably from all of the vaccine talks, people all of a sudden saying, "Oh, I should dump Netflix because they were my quarantine stock." No, they're still a high, they're still a valuable company. So we'll have to see how they want to move today. Again, this 1-hour MACD here, just opening a new candle here on the 1-hour. We look like we're going to get some line crossing, but we looked like we were going to get some line crossing here, so we got to be careful because we had it yesterday, and well, on Friday it would have shown, oh yep, crossing right here, and then they just had this huge drop off, and that was from over the weekend news. We aren't going to have that this time, I don't think, so we'll have to look into that here. Now their drop yesterday, we can measure it with this line here. Let's say they opened here. And now they drop down to here. That is a negative 5% move. So you can kind of calculate what a percentage move would be. So right now, they're down 3.5% from yesterday's open. So even though they're rebounding from 362 up to 471, which is almost a $10 move here, they did open over here. So they actually were higher than this to start, but they did just get above that 180 MA on the one. Is this the 1 minute? This is 1 minute. I need to move that over. Maybe. No, I'm going to leave it here. 1 minute, and then I like to look at the 5 minute also. So yeah, this is a deep drop here. 5%. That's a 20th of their market cap. Dropped in a day. That's crazy. It's just really, really weird to think about it like that. So we'll see. We got a candle trying to open above that the 9 period moving average, but we did break down below the 1-hour one for the first time in a while. We broke above it here. We had stayed below it for a long time in this area here. Finally broke above it for a few days. I like to compare the 180 period moving average on the 1-hour to the 9 period moving average on the 1 day, because they look kind of similar. You can see that we had a few days open here above the 9 period moving average, and then over here on the 1 hour we had 3 days here above the moving average of the above the 180 period moving average. So they look very similar to each other. This 180 MA is going to be factoring in a little bit different information. It's going to be a little bit more refined, but from a broader sense, they're both very similar. And they're kind of giving us the same signals here. So while we did break below on that, it was off a lot of news. So we'll have to wait and see if we want to get a rebound here. Yeah, in the same way that the 1 hour 180 looks like the 9 over here, the 9 on the 1 hour looks like the 180 on the 1 minute. Looks very similar. You can see we had this big spike up here. That was on weird volume. Here it is right there. This is that, because that was the highest we've traded in that period. So it was factored into the 1 hour. So it's going to look a little odd. But it touched the top of it. It came very close to touching the top of it. It's maybe $1 or so off. But again, seeing basically the same information. It was a lot steeper of a line here at open, but you could see the 180 on the 1 minute, since it was factoring in information, actually had a point yesterday where it was going up when Netflix went down, which was very weird. But in the end, we got a solid downtrend from both, and we're going to see if Netflix wants to try to get back above that moving average today. The 5 minute, they still have a while to go to get to that one. So we'll see where they want to open. Let's check out SPY now. So, SPY blew through all-time highs in the pre-market yesterday, and then we cooled off right after that. Sequentially cooled off. And then we've been trading back in the 353, 354 range. I'm going to delete this line because I was using that as kind of my wedge channel breakout, and that's kind of what happened. I have a lot of key levels I like to look at here with SPY. These lines I've been looking at from the very beginning. I only started streaming like right here onto Twitch. So this head and shoulders pattern has been here for a very long time, showing itself as support and resistance, which is very good for a long-term investor who just wants some key levels that he can rely off of for a long time. This was like the 321, actually I think the 330 flat level, and the 342-ish, 341 level. You could see how after we hit these all-time highs originally back in September, or was that? Yeah, that was September. We immediately cooled off, broke down below that, established a support here. We revisited it once earlier to kind of prove what we were doing as being the pattern as being reliable. And then we actually jumped back up into this area, consolidated there, broke back out. So this would have been a long right here out of this pattern. They found it as support again before dropping through, breaking through both. But then they found that lower level as the resistance and have since then, over the last 2 weeks, shot from 322 up into the 360 range and now back down to 353 as we speak. So I'm trying to think about how I am going to have my chart set up because I kind of want to look at a couple different stocks at the same time. I think what I'm going to do, I want to leave the 1 day. I'm going to take the 1 minute here and make the 1 minute Netflix. NFLX. So then we can kind of watch some Netflix, and I might change it to the 5 minute. We will see what happens there. But yeah, with Beyond, I placed an order for Beyond. I was really thinking that the market maker move showed a price move of up to, I think it was like $15 at one point. I'm like, oh man, that's huge. I like to go out almost double what the market maker move says. So I went all the way out to the 130 puts and the 190 calls, and I sold those credit spreads, and they still got blown through on mine. So the options traffic on Beyond is going to be crazy. I can probably pull them up one more time here to see if I'm going to want to close out of that. I'm thinking whether or not I should send in a Beyond order to close out the Condor right at open. Because I know the longer I wait, the lower the lower amount the extrinsic value is going to make up of the option. And that's really the only thing that would be keeping my option legs from being exactly $2 apart, because I did $2 on that side. The sucky part about that is I almost did $1 on that side on accident. And then I look at it, I'm like, oh no, I want a little bit more premium. It wasn't worth $10 because you're going to lose a couple hundred. So, but yeah, these quarantine stocks and their earnings, I'm probably not going to play them much more in the future unless I'm playing with house money. So that's going to close that out. The Beyond contracts went like mad yesterday. I didn't really record it, but it was on Twitch. I sold this Condor for like 40 cents. And during those huge moves, during the halts, some of the bid-ask spreads on the Beyond contracts were so weird that the credit spread was worth negative $570. Where if the market didn't reject it, I tried to place an order to see if, yes, I sold it for $40 credit, but can I sell it back to you guys now for $550? Unfortunately, the market rejected that, so they wouldn't let me close a credit spread by selling it. But I wasn't thinking that was going to go through. I just thought that was hilarious. Where at one point I think it spiked up to a couple $1,000s when it was a negative couple $1,000s. So on Robinhood, it doesn't really factor in negative prices that much. They just show it to start to go up again, but you know which one it is based on what your overall return is. So if you sold it for 40 and it says it's at 60, but you're up $100, then it's negative $60. So, but you can't really close it out at that point. It's just a funny little anomaly to look at. So my account, if you look yesterday, did spike up to, let's see, where was that? $700. Well, it's not showing the whole thing. But up during the halt, we had a point where it was close to over 1,000. So that was pretty funny. But again, nothing solid from that. You can't really close it. While SPY did hit their all-time highs on Monday, we did have a big sell-off. It was like an over-the-weekend sell-off. I think people were just like, oh, okay, the election's over, made a lot of money, taking profits here. So this isn't a bad move, I don't think. This was kind of a given scene. We went so dangerously high, and people seeing what happened last time we broke through this level, that we didn't stay very long. So I don't know if we'll see a down day today, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to place in a price level there, 351, as a level to watch to the downside, where I might short through there, sell some call spreads through that level. It's kind of too, even though it's on the 1 hour here, that candlestick pattern and movement is kind of too small to see on the 1 day, because over here on the 1 day you don't see the candle for the next day open up until market open, so 8:30. So we'll probably see one open right about there at this top level. Perhaps we could put in 354 as a somewhat level of resistance. That was a level that we tested here. Actually, I'm thinking that if I turn this, how is this? Yeah, that's too low for that, so not the same. But if I go up to here, that's a little too high. So it's not really this high here was not a direct price level for either the bottom or the top of this channel we traded within in the morning hours of today. So I'm just going to remove this drawing because I'm not really going to pay attention to that. I might bring it into I might bring it in later if I see that level specifically acting as a level of support or resistance. But it looks like I might try shorting SPY down through this if they break through to the downside. And to the upside, I mean, we've been trading in this channel here, 356.20. You can move it down to the 356 flat. It looks a little bit better. I feel like a lot more people are going to be looking at 356 flat. Let me actually get it moved down there. Okay. And then the bottom level is 351, just about 351. So $5 range here. So I'll probably short through here, long through here, and I'll probably do so by selling some credit spreads. So then I can just farm some premium, and in the meantime, we're gonna mark our all-time high line as, what color should we make it? Unknown territory up into space. I could do white. Okay. That's our all-time high for SPY, 366.77. Let me go in onto the 1 minute here and line that up perfectly here. This is beyond. Here, 1 minute here on SPY, and then we go up. There it is, 366.77. Are we about? Right about there. Now this number here, while it's at 73, that's where my cursor is, and sometimes my cursor isn't on the exact same price level as the line I'm dragging. So I'll drag it to where the mouse says like 100 even, and then it'll just it'll show the line it's not lined up with the dotted line, which is marking the price level too. But I like to mark them with these more solid lines. So I think we'll watch this all-time high. Oops. Go back down here. Why does the line keep getting shorter whenever I drag it? Let's delete this one. I'm just gonna make a new one from over here. Is our all-time high there about 359? Okay. And then we'll change the color of that one. I think I'll make that one white too. I'll do white as all-time highs. I don't think we'll see all-time lows. Donald Trump tells advisors he's considering a 2024 run. Interesting. Not sure how much literacy, how literally you can take these, anything like this. So all the news you see has to be taken with a grain of salt, because traders in the long run take advantage of the people who take all of the news literally. I'm not saying that him saying he might run for 2024 that everyone's going to buy now, but there's always going to be some news headline where somebody's going to overreact. But on the long-term MACD, I mean, we did have crossing lines. They weren't as low as our last crossing lines, but we've already moved higher. It's because the move is so fast. You can't really move as high along with the same indicator if you're already up here to start with. So we will see what happens there. Fed's Calvin says fiscal stimulus is going to run out. Would not surprise me to see some extension sooner than later. Kaplan's still hopeful that in spring with vaccine we'll see better economy. So see lots of bankruptcies, job losses in oil sector, but also more merger activity. There's more the Fed could do to be help treasury companies. Return to being sluggish. Yeah. So it looks like he's been talking since like 7:30. Must be done now. Alrighty. We got about 10 minutes to open here. And then what I need to do is figure out how to do YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Let me see. Let's see. Found an article here. It looks like it's supposed to be pretty simple. I like to have it on Twitch too, although I don't think I'm going to get as many viewers through Twitch. I mean, I might. I don't know. I feel like YouTube's just a bigger platform where you might see more people here. Because some people use YouTube specifically for stocks. I don't think anybody goes on a Twitch and goes, oh, you know, I'll see if someone's trading today. No, it's just YouTube's a lot broader of a sector, I guess. Has a lot larger of an audience. Pretty stressing your PC. Okay, I gotta use Restream.io. Okay. I'll try something like that after the trading day today, possibly. I want to make a video today, so might have to wait till after that. So, we had our SPY cool off. They're basically where they were at close yesterday. So, no big movements from them. Beyond. Beyond. We will soon find out what Beyond did to my account. But with Netflix, let's go back to Netflix. I want to see if they want to stay above the 470 level, because I kind of, my danger zone, they kind of blew through it yesterday. But that is the bottom of my credit spread. No, top of my credit spread. The bottom's 460. So, let's see. We're going to edit properties. Wait, no, this is red, so we want it to be red. This one. Let me click it. Something like that, just about on 460. Looks good. Those are the two legs of my options. So these are the ones I sold. These are the ones that I bought. So that's where I'm long Netflix on these. But these are the ones I sold. I need these to be worth nothing and these to be worth nothing also because I got more from these. That's how credit spreads work. Kind of offset the credit you need and everything. So very cool. Huh. It looks like after this drop down to 462 at, what was this, 5 a.m.? Is this Eastern? Is this saying? Let me find out if this is Eastern. 8:20. Yeah, I'm still looking into finding some immediate news sources, like the fastest ways I could get news. Because I know the TD Ameritrade stuff will they're pretty good with things like that. Sometimes I'll see the news being immediate. Like I'll see maybe the Ameritrade one or the Benzinga was the thing that set it off. The thing that triggered everybody to sell. Netflix up to 474. It's a lot tougher mentally to deal with bigger numbers. Even if it's the same procedure, it's still, there's a difference between investing 10 and making 12 or turning it into 8. You're like, oh, okay, I lost $2. But if you're doing 10,000, trying to make 12,000, take a loss at 8,000, that's $4,000 move. You're losing $2,000 instead of $2. You think nothing of $2, you think a lot of 2,000. For instance, with this Netflix trade, my legs are $1,000 apart. Well, it's $10, but with options, it's multiplied by 100 because you're controlling 100 shares of stock with each option. So the difference in for collateral to open this trade, you need $1,000 because that is your max loss. If this thing is worth X amount of dollars, if the stock shot through the 460 level, this would be worth X amount of dollars. This would be worth X amount of dollars plus 1,000. And wait, is that right? No. This would be minus 1,000. And this is one I actually sold this one for more than this. So if this one becomes worth more than that, I lose. And it would become worth more than that if the stock starts to go down. Basically, for the amount of credit I got, which was stupid, I got like $120 credit. My break even is basically 468.80 right there. I did it so far away from the stocks movement. I just did not do it at a consistent time. I think it was right here when I did it. I'm like, okay, are we going to confirm above that line? And then it was just a steady, no pattern at all, just a line down. So I got in at a bad time. That was on me. I'm going to do a bit more research next time I'm doing a trade if I do anything on SPY today. And we'll see what happens. So I'll probably be watching SPY's pre-market highs, pre-market lows. They're $5 apart. But I think with one of these we might break through it pretty violently. Whatever we do, kind of like we saw this breakdown. We had a support level in there before close. We went from 358 down to 354. $4 move. That's a lot of money. And while this isn't a day where options are going to be expiring today, that's not something that's really a big concern of mine until I'm day trading and I'm not over 25K yet. Hopefully I can do that soon. I'm hoping the stream can help me with that, or if I can help you guys with any advice you guys might want, analysis, kind of walking people through stuff. See, I made the mistake of trying to trade by myself, thinking, oh, I can just go off and do enough research by myself and I can figure things out. Well, the market really doesn't care what you think. Unfortunately, you just have to roll with the punches and heard, what would it be? not herd mentality. It was whatever one where you can't get a virus. I forgot what it was. Immunity, duh. Herd immunity, I guess. It's easier for everybody to kind of work together, compile their knowledge to, I guess, create a large, better idea of what they're doing. So Netflix had their confirmation right here. Not sure if you guys can tell, but I mean, we had MACD line crossing back here, and they just stagnated. So the line stayed the same distance apart, but they started trending back up. And I'm not sure why they trend back up. I still need to understand the nitty-gritties of the indicators. I'll educate myself more about that when I make a video, in-depth videos about indicators, basically how each one works, why they work, how you use them, how to combine them with other indicators. So I'll probably look into doing that. So, well, it will pain me to look at the account that has this Netflix spread in it. I need to know that it can still go to 0. I just need it to stay above 470, which is in their big long-term channel. So we will see what happens. A lot of people were fearing a market crash, including my dad, who's trying to get into trading. Fearing a market crash. Oh, you know what? There's open right there. Let's watch what SPY does. Here on the 1 minute. Here they are here. There's Netflix. Kind of trading around the 469 range. See what they want to do. Okay. Sorry, I had to mute the mic for a minute. Netflix initial sell-off. We could have some turning MACD here. I feel like I should have adjusted my Netflix. Did a bit more research on actually where the channel was. So we'll see how many buyers, how many sellers we have on Netflix right now. A lot of people are probably seeing, okay, there's the bottom of a channel here. Let's watch what happens. I'd really hate for them to blow through this spread right now, though, because I'm at the point where I can't really spread out my account trades to like 1-2% and still be able to have like $500 or $600 in each one. I don't have that much money. Again, I'm not even over 25, but I want to be able to day trade stocks and options once I get above the 25 level. It's just finding a consistent way to get there. There's SPY, good buy-in to start. But they're right in the middle of that range, the 356, 351. So 350, 350, I think, would be right about the middle of that kind of $5 channel that we made. So I have to watch them through the top. Someone's asking me about Beyond Meat. Okay. It almost looks like Netflix is working inversely from the market, which is unfortunate because I kind of need both of them to go up. Netflix almost is serving as a direct hedge to SPY. So, see, are these both on the 5 minute? They are. I want to see Netflix on the 1 minute. So they put in support here for 65, 66. I'll just say 60 or 65. And they're trying to get back up to that 470 level right now, which is where the 9 period SMA is also sitting currently. So we'll see if they want to hit that. They still have a high MACD right now in the 1 minute, and on the 5 minute, they're still they're currently crashing from being an overbought. So I'm not sure if we're gonna get a very strong uptrend right now, but I will be watching this price level here, 374, and this high in the aftermarket, 377, 477. Okay, let's go back to the 1 minute now and see what they're doing. I'm gonna find out what that Netflix option's worth. I might still have it here in my thing. The vertical, no, that's something else. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to Netflix. I'm gonna go to my option chain for this week, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go sell the put spread that I had. So I'm gonna sell vertical, where I sell the 470 put and I buy the 460 put. I go down. This Mac mouse is very, very, very sensitive. And it looks like, while I did receive $100 credit for it, it's now worth 400, just about. The mid's 430. So it's not showing what the ask is, which would be over here by the delete thing. But that's kind of how I monitor the price, because on my other big long-term account, I haven't moved it to a broker where I can have real-time option quotes. I'm still working on having TD Ameritrade approve me for spreads, but I have not received word from them yet. So I'm currently trading on a different account. So mid's 370 now. There we go. We actually did break up through there. That's probably what affected the option there. Have the MACD lines looking like they want to cross. SPY is now dipping to the downside. So yeah, it looks like we are seeing inverse pairs. Kind of. It's close. If you go to the 1 minute, there's just a big dip right there. Well, it's big in comparison to everything else. It was really 354.42 to 352.81. So it's about $1.50. It still is a big move. But when you see the 25-cent increments here, you're like, oh, this isn't really that big of a move. But over here on Netflix, you're looking at, oh, they went from 466 to 473. Now they're shooting up like crazy. There's their pre-market high. That's good. This is what I wanted from Netflix. We might have seen them touch the bottom of their channel, but I don't know. You cannot get ahead of yourself. I'm going to check my Beyond Meat play here, see what it's worth. I'm going to just kind of close it for $1.50 and see if it lets me. That would be $50 away from the bottom there. What I can do, my shorter term account is on Robinhood, so what I can do is go to Beyond. Man, this sucks. I shouldn't have been so only done a couple of plays. For the call side, I sold like 190 calls, so they're worth nothing. I can just hold those. But the puts, oh boy, the puts. The puts are up 500% today. So if I sell this one and I buy this one, the bid is $1, the ask is $2.10. So I can try putting in an order for about $160, see if someone meets me in the middle, and that would save me basically the $40 that I would get filled on if I did not do it now. If I just let it sit there till expiration. Let's real quick pull up Beyond. Workhorse there. Had some good moves yesterday. One minute on Beyond. Spike up to 121. That's odd. Man, I just don't know because I have not played earnings very much. I mean, in comparison to a very experienced trader. I've only been trading since the bottom of the crash. But one thing I've noticed is that stocks do not act normally on earnings. There's Netflix back down into the 470 range. I feel like the lower we see SPY go, the higher we might see Netflix go. It's like SPY is currently selling off more. Well, so is Netflix now. So they're not working exactly at the same rate as each other. Beyond, though, I sold the 130s. They're way up here. $12 away. Are we really going to see that rebound? It's possible, but I don't think it's likely. I got my option order filled at 168. I moved it up to 170. And then I'm just going to let the call side expire. So I'm down $100 on that basically. Because I was down 30 on it yesterday. So there's SPY getting close to the bottom of our channel. Let me just take Beyond off here because I'm done looking at them. Let's see, 1 hour. Their bottom was, what did we say, 351. They're nearing that level. They're still $1 away. So we might just find the 351 level as support. So we'll see what they want to do there. But yeah, we can see the 1 day here. Day after the election was one of the highest volume days we've had since, well, this sell-off right here. And then before that, it was these sell-offs here. So you're seeing a lot of volume on the down days. So you're going to see lower volume come back in. So this really wasn't that high of volume for the election compared to what it was over here. It was a little bit higher. So Netflix went up, hit that level of 474, bounced back down. So this is a kind of marked this out in the pre-market, marked this out a few minutes after open. You kind of got this channel here where this would be your long. Let me edit properties, make this green. When I make it green, it's like, yeah, you probably want to do something bullish if they break through there, and then something red if they don't. Let's go. I'm going to put my YouTube link on my Twitter, even though I don't have like a lot of people on it. I just want to have it there. Like this. Copy. And I'm not going to be that weird guy that like goes around to other YouTube channels or Twitch streams and shares my link, because that's not right. So, no, I meant Twitter, not Twitch. Netflix selling back off down to that bottom. I'm going to keep watching. We're a lot lower volume from the open, where we had the big sell-off, and a lower volume on the runs up. So that's got to be, that's got to be a bullish sign, kind of. Apple, one more thing. Another phone. I wonder what they would make such a big announcement for. I wonder if their stock's going to be moving on that. Let's go to this and just do Apple. See if anything. Yep, we've had a bit of a run up, but we did have a big sell off yesterday. If we zoomed out, you could see, if I go maybe 15 minutes. Yeah, we were at 121, 122 yesterday. So this jump back up to 116, 117 really isn't that big. Netflix looking to break through their bottom, so that's not very assuring. I'm going to change SPY. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go, we're going to make 4 different numbers here so we can make them all different stocks. I am going to keep the top 2 SPY. This one's going to be our 1 hour, which I'm looking at for this level. And then we're also going to have the 1 minute that I'll watch. If they stay in this channel, I'll be fine. But any breakout from that channel, I think we'll see some stuff there. Movement. Beyond is there. We want Netflix. NFLX. Okay, there goes Netflix. I might have to close out of that because I don't want to risk any more money than I already had on the table. 520 right now. Okay. What are the odds that a spread that's worth over $500 is going to go back to what you sold it for? I'm not risking that right now. Well, it may be dumb. This is the consequences of a stupid mistake I made yesterday. Not exactly, not exactly seeing what I was doing. I didn't do enough research, so. And there were some indicators that I ignored that I really should have looked at first. Okay. So I'm going to go here now. I'm just going to close out of this and take a step back and move on to the next trade. Okay, we're going to add a new option. We're going to buy to close November 13th. Yes, and then we're going to sell to close this one. We're going to sell to close the, well, we bought the 460, so we had to buy we sold the 460, buy back the 470. Okay. And then I might be, well, it's moved back up to 485. Let me see what happened to the chart here. I think on a jump up, I might be able to close it for 400. No, it's... You're trying to close a position that you do not hold. Yes, I do. 460, 470 call. Oh, you know what? I didn't make the whole condor. I should just be able to go to the dashboard, go to my whole trade. Let's just view the whole chain. Excuse me. I'm gonna trade those. Oh man, I really do not like trade 492. Let's try to close it out at 480 possibly. Preview order. Let's place it and get out. I got filled at 480. Okay, so lost $300 on that, risked 1,000. I think next time I just had to look at the other timelines. I mean, I might get back into Netflix, but I'm not gonna be super desperate. I mean, look at this. Hidden this level. I don't want to see them go back down here. If I want to make some money back on it, I can wait for it to go back down to there and then get back in with lower options. Like I could go down to I probably should have gone further away. So I feel really bad about that. Yeah. Okay. So while I didn't really find a great exit point, even though Netflix didn't do what I wanted, I'm okay with that. It could have been hasty, but again, I'm a new trader as well, so I'm gonna be very careful about this stuff. So some of the money I'm trading with is from other people that believe in me, so I'm gonna not do anything stupid. And if I'm risking more than I should have been in the beginning, then I'm not gonna hesitate to sell out of that position if it's gonna risk me anymore. So I might still watch Netflix. I was talking about them at Open. How they've kind of put in this level of resistance. If we go to the 1 hour, maybe. Well, here was a level here, 470. They really shouldn't have gone under 472. They had here. They broke down under 478. And then on the 1 day, we've had this level here for 460 even, basically. So what I can do is wait a few days, see if this MACD's got a bit further down to go, which unfortunately happened here. But yeah, I'll wait for them to get down a bit lower. I just should have waited a bit longer, but yeah, I did not look at the 1 day chart on this stock, which is something that I should have done to look at the overall trend. I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to sell a Condor way out here. I'll go down to 400 and 650. You could do something way out there. You could do something a bit closer. You could do something right on that channel thing. And I actually, before looking at this, thought this was the initial resistance, the initial support, and sold my legs at 470 and 460 right here. It's way too close for me, way too close for comfort, and I'm not going to worry about that. I'll worry about losing that when I need to be consistently making money right now for the people that have given me money. So, not doing anything stupid. I never put my link on Twitter. Make a tweet here. Alrighty, what is something I don't put a hashtag for something? Let's try hashtag stock market. I don't know. I'll try something. I'm not ever going to be using other people's platforms to advertise for myself. I want to get my name out there, but I'm not going to do anything stupid and steal from other people to do that. Spy had a good rebound while Netflix dropped. And if the overall outlook on Spy is neutral, then Netflix is going to be neutral to bearish. Because they are kind of inverse pairs, so if they're both neutral, they're both neutral. But one's bullish, the other's bearish. But when everything's even, Netflix is still trending down right now because people feel that Netflix might be a bit overbought. So I'm going to keep watching. Maybe on the 5-minute MACD, we could get something. One thing that really encouraged me was the 1 hour. You look at the 1 hour here. Look at this. We have the MACD lines wanting to cross really bad right now, but they keep going down. So maybe we'll go down, find 460 as support right now. Have to wait and see. I've entertained a couple ideas of other ways to do credit and debit spreads together to kind of establish which way you're going but use less money. I think the lowest you can get is $100 collateral, but you can do it on both sides. So you could do a stock that's got $1 wide option spreads, and say a stock's at 25, you can sell a 20, you can sell a 19 on one side, then you can sell a 30 and a 31 on the other side with the calls and the puts. And then you would only be taking up $100 of collateral, because if you do it all in one trade, the stock market knows that you can't achieve a loss on both sides of the option, which is why I really like condors. Also, I need to be not biased about it though. Everyone still needs to know that there's always a good and a bad time to use each option strategy. From a basic sense, Iron Condors benefit, if the market is neutral, to decreases in implied volatility. So the election would have been a good one. But you would have had to go very, very far out with your legs, because people would be willing to bet a lot on a big stock market move, and that's what we saw. We saw all-time highs. If you looked here on Apple, you can see I did just put in a channel with the upcoming Apple news. I'm going to wait on them. I'm not going to trade them. If I was day trading, yes, but not right now. Netflix showing a big gray wick. I think they're trying to reverse. Yeah. I think I'm going to tweet something about how Netflix has been in this channel. Take a picture of that. Okay. Let's try tweeting that. Okay. Nothing back there. I'm gonna place this tweet real quick. What do they say support's at here? I marked the support at about 457. 457-ish. Resistance at 575. I'm talking about it on stream. Okay, done with that. Let's plug my phone back in here. I need to take a break here in a sec to go get some more water. I go through water pretty fast when I'm trading. Oh, this isn't right. Apple. Yeah, there it is. There's your wedge breakout. Yeah. Normally it's more likely for them to break through it to the upside, but with your MACD so high on the 1 minute, and I think people are afraid to buy in a ton coming into this announcement, but that's just my opinion. We'll see what the announcement is. I wonder what it would be if it's, I mean, they just did the phones and stuff and their own separate thing. So, we'll see what that is. Maybe it's something about their legal stuff. I have no idea. Say one more thing. Silicon Mac event. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just a one more thing teaser for, yeah, Jobs normally did that. Yeah, I knew that. Let's see. So one more thing is introduce stuff. Earliest Wi-Fi routers, the airport. There's a lot of one more things. The watch, Apple Music, iPhone 10. But yeah, it's looking like the MacBooks. Could be the MacBooks that they're making themselves. We don't know. I don't know how long that'll be. Alrighty. Or is Silicon the name of the next OS? I have no idea. SPY is breaking back up above their 180 period moving average on the 1 minute, while Apple is continuing to slide. Why is Apple not manually following this? Let's look at SPY on the 5 minute. Yep, breaking back above it on SPY too. They've been so close to the 180 MA though that I'm still not going to long or short them unless they get to the channel that I have out. So I probably won't play them unless they get to 356 or 351 today. And right now they're nearing 356. We'll have to watch their day high of 354.40, something like that. They're right there. I always get these AppMex alerts about silver and gold prices. Silver down 6%. Yeah. Are they really, though? That was yesterday when they said that. They were down a lot. They're like, buy your silver now. Well, I'll tell you guys. I've been holding 2 troy ounces of silver. It's barely anything, but I have them on my desk. Just 2 ounces of silver. And I got them for, I think, like $17 a piece. It was a long time ago. I don't know when it would have been, but the guy at the shop is like, "Look, I'll charge you spot. Look, I just charge spot." I'm like, "Okay, see where the 1 day is." Sorry, the one year, 1 day. Show me that. This is the crash. I must have bought it somewhere around here. I think is when I got in. So I kind of held it through this thing because it's $10 right now, and over the long term uptrend, this big spike up was very weird. But yeah, overall uptrend above the 180 MA, so not always the best time to get him below it. I guess when I did it, I unknowingly bought it when it was finding support on the 180 MA. But anyways, go back to SPY, to the 1 hour. Okay. So, I need to look for some trades to place today, but I'm not going to rush anything. So, what should we look at? I still like Netflix. While I did close out of my last position on Netflix for a loss, that's because I didn't do the proper research yesterday on my Twitch stream, and I just pulled the trigger on some bad strikes. So I didn't like the area that I was at. I was at 470, 460. I did not like that area. So I moved it lower after looking at here. I'm gonna move lower to whenever I see Netflix maybe find some support here. On the 1 day, we had crossing lines there. The day before, I'm like, okay, here we go. And yeah, then the weekend happened, the election happened, and we are now still going down. Yeah, a lot of people will see those traders out there, Wall Street bets people that don't know what they're doing, and think, oh, if I could just be that one guy, I could buy a house or something. There's that's a select few. It's like seeing football players on TV. You see the people that made it, but you don't see the hundreds of thousands of people that could have been amazing players in high school, but just weren't good enough to make it to the next level. So there's going to be a select few that you actually hear about. The ones that don't make it, you don't hear about because they go do something else. If you lose all your money in the market, I mean, unless you're stupid and you think it's funny, you might put it on Wall Street bets. But is somebody gonna go out and brag, hey, I bet my life savings on Tesla puts and I lost it all? No. You're gonna hear about the person who I bet on Tesla calls and I'm a millionaire. Yeah, well, there was no analysis done. It was just somebody that decided, ooh, hype stock, put all my money in calls. Naked options can go to zero. It's dumb. I'm afraid to admit I have someone in my family that doesn't really get that yet. So I'm trying to tell them, hey, maybe you should trade with a lot of money until you know what you're doing, right? It's fine. I'll just take their money and trade it for them. It'll be better, right? Maybe not today, but buy the dip, I guess. So Apple had this pattern earlier, and neither of these lines are really coinciding with what they're doing now. They did a MACD line crossing now, so I think they're just acting a little bit different off of news today. I'm wondering if I should just trade 8 hours a day and just stream, talk about stuff. I think that would be really good for growing my channel and giving you guys more time to see me talking about this stuff. I mean, I'll see how I'm doing energy-wise. But I mean, I'm normally here anyways till about 3. Sometimes I take the rest of the afternoon off if I'm like done. But here's SPY, new highs. Or they might just be testing it. Very, very close. Maybe I could day trade a call here. Just went to SPY. Is it too late? If I did the November 11th and at the money calls, $200. No thanks. That's too much. Yeesh. I mean, yeah, I know, but this is for a small account. Here's another thing about that. While I did go and look at the strikes, I didn't look at the indicators. Look at this. MACD line crossing up here. High RSI, not the highest, but it's high, because you had that there too. Yeah, I'm not gonna. If anything, you could sell some calls. But there are different strategies that you need to master for different time frames. So, since I'm not in anything right now, I plan on being in stuff. But as of right now, I'm just going to open my little notes app here. And on this other screen, I'm going to type down some video ideas. So I might just want to do advanced in-depth indicators series. I feel like I'd like to consider myself like the gamer's nexus of the stock market. Gamer's Nexus is a tech YouTuber, and if he's reviewing a tube of thermal paste, he will take 30 minutes. Like, he's that in depth, and it's jam-packed, informative. I'd like to be something like that. I'll just see what indicators am I going to want to do. Definitely I want to do the moving averages. I could do that in a separate video, moving averages against each other. What's exponential, what's simple, all those different moving averages. I think we'll do the RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, moving averages. Alrighty, I'm back. Yeah, so it looks like SPY didn't really do anything while I was gone. Yeah, I didn't really like that MACD at all. While the lines are crossing really low, you saw the RSI went all the way back up to 50 on a movement here. Last time the RSI was at 50 over here, stock was up here. So it's in a downtrend right now. I mean, if you look at the 5-minute, maybe, yeah. It looks like it wants to turn around, but by the way the moving averages are looking right now, it might have a little bit further to go. Or it's just going to stagnate a bit before the moving average comes down, the 9 period comes down to meet it. Netflix, testing day highs. Let's go to the 1 minute again. Just watch it from here. So we could see the MACD lines just make their way back up to the middle if the stock did nothing. So yeah, I closed out a Netflix down here when they started the 3-bar play. And I'm like, I'm getting out of it, and then that was the lowest they went all day. So, oh well. Beyond Meat killed us also. Let's see what Beyond's doing right now. If they've gone any higher. Back up to about 120, to about 130 though, for that thing to have been worth it. And I'm already out of it, so it doesn't matter. Done with Beyond. Apple looking kind of bullish. They look like they want to. I mean, they had a bounce off of this. I like to see that because that means like, yes, there are some sellers here, but at this level, they're probably starting to get exhausted because like they sold up here, up at 117. You're up at 120 yesterday, so a lot of people were selling that. So, how many more sellers are left right now? Is a question. See on the 1 minute maybe for Apple if we want to. Yeah, right now that this is kind of what this was their candle to test. Wait, sorry, this is let me look at it from here. Yeah. So you tested it with the wick, came back down, came down here, but now with this candle it's showing it we're back up to 115 even. It's almost turning white. Almost white candle now. I'm liking that. I'm liking the look of that. Oxford University study suggests having COVID-19 increases the risk of developing psychiatric disorders. There's a lot of weird stuff coming out like that. I'm not saying it's not true, but there was the college football season got shut down initially because, well, they traced it to this where they said that if you got COVID, you'd be more likely to develop a condition called myocarditis, I believe is what it was called. Let me double check here. Yeah, myocarditis. And people all started freaking out. Big Ten canceled their season. Pac-12 followed suit. So did I think the MAC and the Mountain West. Just with those four basically. But then people started saying, "Oh, you can also develop myocarditis from a normal cold." So it seemed that argument seemed to lose some weight when that happened. So while it may develop psychiatric disorders, yeah, I mean Oxford, they're a legit place. I mean, if they give a study like that, they're like, yeah, you gotta take their word for it, but gotta compare it to other things too, I guess, to get the full picture. You can't just react off of one thing. Have to be informed everywhere. I'm gonna go back out to the longer term picture here on SPY. Show you guys why I was bearish on them. While they did have the MACD coming down really hard and starting to look like they wanted to cross here, I saw the breakdown under the resistance that they set here and thought there'd be a lot of sellers there, but there really wasn't. They've dropped down $14 since the top here. So we might not see as big of a drop as I wanted, but my spread I actually happened to sell right at 358, which is right here. And this line was their previous all-time high. So we'll watch what happens, but they had such an aggressive sell-off yesterday that I wasn't really watching. I was just watching Netflix and beyond, that I didn't want to trade SPY this close to the election. I'm kind of ready to get back into them. You saw I did that one trade earlier. But even if we had as big of a catalyst today, I don't think the market's going to go down $14 off of it because, well, here I think was a $10 move. Yeah, 12. About 10 in the right here, but it was just a correction from this run up. So, but yeah, same thing. You're not going to get the same amount of dollars in sell off because a lot of the sellers have already sold their stuff. Who's left? It's still an asset, so it's not going to go down that much. Zoom back into the 5-minute here, see what's going on. There, we're getting our confirmation over the top. Perhaps this would be a good time. I'm going to do a couple things here. We're getting some high implied volatility right now. That spread is back down to 45, or that might be the next dollar increment that's now 45. But you're looking at the 1 minute, they're starting that uptrend. It's consistent now. I think I'm going to try one for 45 now. And I'm not getting filled. Okay, forget that. What I'm going to do is just do a longer term trade. While there's a little bit more implied volatility still in the market, still higher than normal. And we can check that using VIX. VIX is higher today, spike up to 26.5. They were at 25 to start. So they're up a bit right now. So this VIX, while it's not directly, like mathematically, it's not directly correlated with SPY in particular, but it gives you a really good idea of when you might be good times to get in and get out of your condors or any spreads that are only there to benefit off of increases and decreases of implied volatility. Iron Condors benefit and decreases. And right now we're kind of on an uptrend. We're getting more information about COVID. Is it about the vaccine? Is it gonna be as soon as we think? Is everyone just overreacting off the Pfizer news? What are we gonna see? Netflix is going back up with the VIX, so that uncertainty's coming back. It looks like. I feel so stupid for closing out of Netflix. I lost $300. There they go through day highs. There goes SPY. I'm gonna look at a Condor for SPY. So let's go to the 1 day. Oops, this is week. I don't want week. That's too far. 180 days. I'm brain farting right now. Here we go. So here's the market last few months here. I think this is the last 4. So we're staying within a range here. We're staying within the range of, well, although it is very large, you could say 370 and 320. That's a $50 wide range. So you could go $25 away from the money in either direction. Now, when I'm selling condors like this, I also like to check the Bollinger Bands. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change this one to SPY as well. And then I'm going to do the 1 day also, but I'm going to edit studies and add a study. Actually, we're going to edit studies, Bollinger Bands, add selected. We're just going to add it for a second, so I don't care about the colors or anything. It is a mess right now. You can see if we hold over this, we can kind of have those in a bold. We touch the top Bollinger Band. There you go. That's a reason for a bearish play here. Now, we've had times where we go up and touch the band and then we keep going down. But it looks like on the 1 day, other than this uncharacteristic uptrend here, we'd normally touch a band and then bounce right off of it like the band is made of lava. Like, probably got really burned here. Because, I mean, look at how high this was. Right now, in like the smaller picture, I did not get the best fill price on those call spreads that I sold. I actually sold them at a really bad time. So I probably should have waited for a little bit better of an area there. If we look at them now, are they still running up? If I scroll over, yeah, kind of working their way up back up to that moving average. Look at them on the 5 minute, and yeah, kind of shot right up through that. So that's going to make the options look bad. Overall, I still have a bearish outlook. We're still trading within this channel, and we never got even close to the top here. So still a bearish look from me, just over the next couple of days, while I wait for my spread to collect some premium. I think maybe I could do one more at this higher price now. Move my average purchase price up to 23 cents. Sell it for 23. So now, while I'm down $6 on it, I will be back to break even if they get halfway back to my original spread's purchase price. So, with Robinhood, you can kind of do that, although you do get worse fills. I am getting, let me get a drink here. Lower commissions. They do take a bit of slippage off the top of you, so you're losing a couple cents. I've noticed that over my time just trading spreads with like dollar-wide increments and stuff. There's Netflix. Man, that MACD was a mess. 15-minute MACD might have been something I should have paid attention to. And what I am still new to this. While I am streaming, I like to share what I do. So I'm going to be able to more easily remember these learning experiences. Maybe you guys can learn some with me. New highs for Netflix. Good job, Netflix. Good for you. Netflix is a pretty volatile stock. I'm kind of noticing that. The options can be pretty expensive. Yes, it is a $470 stock now. Was $460 earlier. Wow. This is very interesting. Alrighty, so Netflix is breaking back above. I said I wouldn't get desperate, but they are breaking back above. Not but, I'm saying. With that being said, because I'm not going to say but and then say, oh, I'm going to be doing this for this reason now. No. I am like bullish on them again. I think they might have touched their bottom. Let's see the 1 hour. I mean, is that going to be it? Got the MACD lines crossing. I think I'm going to get back in there. But I am going to do lower legs. I'm going to do 460. So I'll basically sell the one that I bought back earlier. Options. Netflix. I'm going to do 2 options. We're going to buy to open. Let's do November 13th. We're just going to do a little bit smaller of a position than I had before. November 13th. We're going to buy to open, but we're going to sell to open the 460 put, which will give us a credit of about 74 cents. The net bid natural is 20, but the ask is 128. But that's on the delayed one, so might actually see it as something different. Right now, it's going to be like really low. Why do they think it's a debit of 1685? No, it's a credit. Let's check out if I put it in here on Thinkorswim, this is SPY. We want to go to Netflix. Netflix 460 sell vertical. 460, 465 put. There it is. The mid is currently 85. So let's put it in at 35.85. Place order. Order's been submitted. Pending. It's open. And we'll see if we get filled. Some really wide option legs here. Not legs. The bid-ask spread is really wide. Now it's back down to 75, so I might have to adjust that to 75. Or it might come down and become 80 when we're coming down here. So LA Invest Home. But yeah, we broke above this line, which I like, because that was some resistance earlier. Now we're above it. Where's my orders? Change it down. I'll take a credit of 80, see if that goes. Okay. I put it back in for 75, and we got filled at 75. Okay. And the mid now is back up to 84, but it's not getting filled at 84 because that's just a mid placed by the fact that there's really weird bids at the bottom. So see if it changed in price again. It still says 85. Okay, that's weird price. So, alrighty. Well, we're gonna see a bit of a cool down. I think going back down to the 180 MA. That's something I'll have to keep watching for now. My new position is back down at 460 though. So SPY confirming up over that. So yeah, because of my dumb decisions yesterday, I'm down today. And because of how bad I was with the Beyond play, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get back into the green today. We'll see if there's something. I don't want to do anything stupid, so. Market Chameleon earnings calendar. Alrighty, so we got some we have some earnings today, it looks like. Corsair already came out with theirs. Got Datadog, Lyft, Rocket. You can have a look at Rocket, I think. RKT is Rocket. We are up at 34, a little bit after their IPO. Now we're kind of dying down to here. So we haven't, I don't think we've gotten our, yep, we haven't gotten our earnings. 3:30 Central, so basically 30 minutes after close. And we're going to get our earnings. Let's look at Rocket, see what our market move indicator is showing. Showing about 2.6 is kind of what the options are pricing in. So let's see, the bid-ask spread of these options is pretty good, although it is really low. They are really low prices. If they're at 21.36, and we think that they aren't going to move more than $2.50, we could go to 18. I could do this and see what happens here. If we sell an Iron Condor on earnings here, where we sell, let's see, we're buying the 19 call. No, that's wrong. We don't want to do the 19 call. We want to do calls way up out of the money because they're expensive calls. If they're at 21, let's go up to 26. Or I could just do an off-balance Condor and just go out to wherever I'm going to get 10% credit, really. Total. I could go out to the 27. If I did 27, I bought the 27 call and sold the 28 call. And then, did I do that backwards? Selling the 28 call, buying the 27. Yeah, that's wrong. We had to buy the 28, sell the 27. There. That gives a credit of about 13 cents. I think that's pretty good. Actually, this needs to go down to 17. That would make it about 18, 19. That sounds a bit better. 17, 18 is $3.50 away from the current price, and the market maker move indicator is about 2.6. I always like to go $1 or so, sometimes up to double that length away from them. Can't really get anything else from the puts if you go down any further. So this is a $10 wide Condor. Actually, the spread would be, so you go 18 to 17, 11, so 9. So it needs to stay between 18 and 27. I think that's a pretty good expectation there. The premium on the calls will probably go down drastically because they're priced in a lot right now. You could buy either for 10, say for 12, you could get a $17.50 put, which is $4 away from the money, or you could get a $30 call, which is, I mean, the $29 call is basically $29.50 is about the expected move you would need to the upside for something that's $17.50 to be worth about the same. So that's very interesting. A lot of people getting calls. So you can tell just by how much the options are priced in on the calls that this is going to be, a lot of people are bullish. So that's why I wanted to move mine up. So I'm still getting the same amount of credit where people think, okay, I think it's about a 10% chance, 20% chance it makes it here. So I think that would be a good trade right there. Let's see if we can place it here in Robinhood. RKT. Kind of stagnating right now. So we would do the 27 and the 28 call. We could actually get an extra $1 if we move 50 cents down, but think about that. You get an extra $1 by risking 50 more. You need like another 50 cents less of a move. There's enough stuff priced in already where I'll let it go this time. 18 and the 17. Okay. It's currently up to 20 cents right now, so let's try 20. See if we get filled. So let that sit there. Look for a fill. If I check back a little bit later and it's still not filled, I'll just go ahead and lower it to 18 or 19. But yeah, this has been a lot of stagnation here. A lot of people, I mean, 27, 28's way up here. That's way far away. So while I'm not saying it's not going to go there, I'm not going to bring the call super close and then get burned. What's here? Feds Rosengren? Says we wouldn't have a second wave of virus and that we would have fiscal policy were two wrong assumptions. Okay. Fed is expecting slower pace of growth ahead. Well, yeah. Well, if you're talking about economic growth, then yes. Because it took off way too fast in the first place. Looks like I'm not getting filled on that rocket thing. View order, I'm going to replace it. Yeah, strikes moved down to 19. Don't have buying power. No, I should have enough buying power. I don't know why you're saying I'm not. That must have just been a glitch there. Let's try it again. Sell the 27-28 call spread. Sell the 18-17 put spread. 20. Yeah, it's saying 20 now, but I'm just going to go to 19. Not enough buying power. What are you talking about? Oh. You know, that's because I have the Beyond calls sitting here at nothing. I gotta close them out so I can actually use that credit, use that collateral. Okay, I filled the Beyond spread at 1. It was telling me that I only had $80 of buying power because I had so much stuff in things. Okay, so it wouldn't let me do it for 19, but it would let me do it for 20. Okay, well, we're still gonna do sell the 27-28 call. Hopefully this is the last time we have to put this all together. No, wait, like this. Okay, $1 wide spread, $20 credit. We're going to put in the ask for 19 because we didn't get filled at 20. Let's hear it for 19. And come on. I can't take any more slippage here, guys. Lowest I'll go is 18. Take it or leave it. We'll see what happens. Keep you guys updated on that. Not filled yet, so we will see. So Netflix looks like they've kind of turned around. They have dipped a bit. Dashboard here on Ally Invest. No holdings. I should. Filled out one thing at 75. Better have updated that. Come on. Yeah, there it is. Okay. It says I'm up $100 on it. Am I really? That doesn't look right. If I got filled at 75, There are some wide spreads, but that looks about right. Let me try updating it here in Netflix and see what happens. Netflix is the third page. What would happen if we went and tried to sell right now a vertical, say 460, 455 put, the mid 60? Yeah, I got filled at 75, so really it should only be $15 profit. It must be just a little bit of a mistake here between the options. This must be what happens when it's on delayed right now. I really want to hear from TD Ameritrade now. I want to be so let's just go back. Yeah, so we're really only up like $5 on it. But here we go now, up. So now that's probably going to go back up in some value. But yeah, the 460, 455 put spread, buying the 455, selling the 460. I could have gotten filled at like 80 something, but it's changed now, so. No new messages from TD Ameritrade. Thanks, guys. I won't complain. They while they do have commissions, you get great customer support normally, so. There's not a ton of volume on Rocket. You can see somebody just sold 500 shares. Okay, I think we're done looking at Rocket. We'll not getting filled on that Condor. Must just be really low options volume. I'm not liking that at all. You won't even fill me at 17. Look, the mark of the price is 19, and you're not filling me at 17. So, I don't know what you guys are, what's going on there, if it's just really low option volume or what. Man. But there goes Netflix. Good for them. I am back into Netflix a little bit on the bullish side. We want the mid here. We want this number to go down. I sold mine for 75 earlier. As long as they stay above 460 by the end of the week. Or we might be able to just scrape some profit out today. If I got 75, then I could put in an order to close it at like 30. See what day that would happen on. Sometimes it's a bit more efficient, but I don't want to use a ton of day trades. It's probably not going to get down to 30 today. Says my stream's current bit rate's kind of low, but my 9,500. My OBS is telling me I got 6,000. It's telling me that it's low at 3,000. That's not right. It's fine now. It's good connection, it says. Alrighty. Any other companies to play earnings on? Lyft. Lyft is 10% expected move. Their previous move was 5.4. They're also after the bell. They have less options volume than Rocket. I mean, we can still have a look at them. I mean, I'm not doing Rocket because I didn't get filled at where I needed it. Holy crap, Lyft. What happened? This is days? What happened to Lyft? Some guys look ahead to Lyft's earnings. Why are they so high? Labor laws? Victory over labor laws. Okay, let's see. Did Uber do something similar then? Yeah, so it must have just been the labor law thing. I never really looked much into that. I've only traded Uber once, and it was back when I really didn't know what I was doing. I made some money on one of their earnings, though. I was like an idiot. I'm like, oh, if you buy calls before earnings, they go up. Well, it worked that time, and so did PayPal, but not this time, I don't think. This is a very, very This is a very, very interesting situation because Lyft looks like they're basically up. Like if you start here, they're up 58% in the last week. But then they have earnings. What did they make is the question. Are they going to keep going up? Or is this where you sell some calls? Let me look at their indicators on some other things. Their RSI is showing extremely high. MACD going up very fast, parabolic almost. 5 minute, we're actually low on the MACD. And the 1 minute, we're also down there as well. So they have some further up to go. Very interesting. Change the timeline, maybe 15 minutes. I feel like they're just calming down from almost breaking 40. What was it, the 1 hour? Did they break 40 earlier? Nope, 39.59. That's their high. So, on the 1 day, they look like a mess. But here, it's like, yeah, we're ready to go down some. They went up way too much. I'm trading very passively right now, so I don't think that I will touch Lyft. But if I was paper trading this, I would probably like try to sell some like 45 calls or something. Because I'm pretty sure people are paying for that. So, one more stock we could look at for earnings is Datadog. They're up at 102. They're not on a 92. Traded lower out of tech names. Focus on growth. We need to know in options this week. SPY, Disney, Cisco, DraftKings, Pfizer, more. This was back on Pfizer earnings happened. No, what you need to know in options. Oh, okay. How's our Netflix trade looking? Down to 55. Good. We're up 20 bucks. We did have to risk 500. You always have to risk a lot when you're doing spreads, but the percentage chance of losing kind of offsets it. Fastly stocks 25% off. Some see a bargain, others say I told you so. I say, what's Fastly? RBC Capital will adjust Datadog's price target from $85 to $80, so they still think they're overpriced. Move their price target down. What about 1 hour, no 1 day? Boom. This is kind of like Netflix's 1 hour. 1 hour. The because they had the MACD that was turning, and you're like, oh, we might finally be ready, and then it starts to go down again. It's kind of this cutoff from the week before. All the stuff that happened over the weekend really sent some stuff down. So, Barclays, though, it does adjust Datadog to 136 from 126, maintains overweight rating. A lot of news down here. This is like back in September. Okay. Wait. These price targets. This one was on October 23rd, so 2 weeks ago. And then, where was the guy that, yeah, 85 to 80, 85 from 80 is just yesterday. So, very cool, thank you. Yeah, Rocket won't fill me. I want Rocket to fill me, but they won't. I'll try one more time. I'm going to put it in at 19. I had it in at 19 before. If you guys want me to buy your options, you better fill me at where I want to be filled. Saying the strike is now 18. I'm putting it in at 19, and I'm leaving it. If you don't fill it, then, I'm not trading you. Beyond Meat trending slowly back up to about 123 now, but they're very far from 130. Not that it matters for me. It's not going to affect my account anymore. Netflix looking like they want to stay confirmed over that line. Might have been a good swing trade. I kind of like Netflix. Netflix kind of reminds me of AMD. Charlie calls them the comeback kings, where they constantly go from oversold to overbought, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Very volatile, but they kind of maintain the same pattern normally. Datadog, I don't think I'm going to trade. I don't really know much about them. I like to stick with stocks I know more about. Let's just go back to a long-term outlook map of SPY there. France President Emmanuel Macron will talk today with President-elect Joe Biden. Fed's daily says fiscal support is critical. Says more fiscal aid is needed. Well, it's unfortunate that there are people in the White House just using the stimulus as leverage. That's all I'll say about that. SPY kind of correcting now from their dollar jump over the last few minutes. Here, dropping about 50 cents back. Netflix looking for new highs again. Let's look at trade and see what it's worth. 64. Okay. That's all right. Was that still the Netflix one? Yeah, now it's changing. Now it's down to 54. Okay. That makes more sense. Alrighty, about 20 minutes till I'll end the stream. I might start going till 3 if more people start watching and people like it and consistently watching it, but that's gonna be a while. I feel like my time is a little bit better spent right now going and making some actual just standalone videos. Maybe a series about indicators like I set up earlier. I'm probably gonna do like 10 or so we'll see. It's another big jump from Netflix. Now they're up $13 over the 470 level. No more earnings I'm going to look at. Yeah, Netflix, I'm realizing how much they move now. Just got to keep doing the smallest trade size possible, so I'm not going to be blowing up an account when a credit spread goes the wrong way. What is it with SPY not following us? There, now it's up. Okay. This is gross. Why is it not following my indicator? I guess SPY is up. Man, I really want to do some earnings, but they aren't filling me. That's fine. Totally fine. I'll just not worry about earnings today. Let's see what Disney's doing. We got Disney earnings on the 12th. So that's after hours of Wednesday. That could be a good one. I think The Mandalorian coming back is good, but I feel like anybody that already liked The Mandalorian might have already had the subscription to Disney Plus, and that's kind of how Disney's going to make their money through that. So, unless there's a brand new wave of people that didn't watch the first season, they're like, oh, gotta go watch it, then you might not see any more income, like steady income from Disney from that perspective, because the subscription service is just going to be, yes, it's going to be consistent income, but it's not going to improve at all. So they did have to close their parks back down, and that was where a lot of their money came from. So had to push back some of the Marvel releases, all that jazz. So good for Netflix here, actually going up this MACD. I wasn't gonna wait around while the stock was in the money on my spread, but I did enter a new one. I made 25 bucks on it, so it's not everything I lost, not even near everything I lost, but I did want to trade a little lighter. It takes a lot of self-control to trade lighter after a loss. It'll take you a while to make it back, but slow and steady wins the race, even if you have to stop a couple times. I mean, it doesn't matter how passive you are, you will get burnt sometimes. It's about making sure you don't cut any losses too soon. And yeah, hopefully we'll see a continued uptrend from Netflix. Netflix and SPY are both going up now. SPY's kind of back to normal. $4 move from SPY. These options are getting expensive. Wish I got filled on that debit spread. If I did, the debit spread was like the 356, 350. Yeah, it's worth actually no, it's worth about the same right now. I'm looking at a different one. Wait a minute. Yeah, the 55 and the 56 call are the ones out of the money. It's really only a couple of dollars. So would I have been looking at that one? I would have turned 45 into 60, I think. It would have taken a... Yeah, it's a debit, so no extra collateral. See the 1 minute on SPY. See if we're going to dip down below that. We did just... so 180 MA here, resistance, breakthrough, support. Resistance became new support, basically. It's not quite perfect, but, you know, nothing's perfect in the stock market. And you got that, so... Yeah, SPY's uptrend here. It was a bit of a surprise to me. I guess the MACD crossing here and confirmation above the SMA was a good move. That would have been a nice buy-in right there if you got in at 351-ish. Then it's up at 354 right now. You probably would have sold it right there at confirmation. You got a candle open down there. I'm trying out a lot of new strategies every day. We're going to try, whether it's swing trading stocks, swing trading options, doing the debit spreads, credit spreads, Iron Condors, whatever. You know what I could do? I could go to the... What I think I want to do with SPY right now. I'll place one more trade here on stream, but I'm not going to do anything stupid. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a SPY, Iron Condor, for a couple weeks out. Let's close out this one. So I want to do next Friday, 20th. Let's see what these options are trading at. At the money. Got about $500. Okay. So if they're at 353 right now, 354 kinda. Let's just say 354 is middle ground. We want to go about $15 away in both directions. Let's just go 20 to be safe. We can go down here and select something really far away from the money in either direction. So they're at 350. I'm like, okay, I'll sell at 370. All right. So if I clicked this, sell Iron Condor For the call side, these are the two calls. We'd be selling the 370 call, and I'll buy the 375 call. $500 wide. Stock would have to move up $17 through all-time highs. I think they're kind of overbought right now. And then for the put side, for 50, let's just go to 30. This is the one that we're selling. Okay, so we want to sell the 330 put. Buy the 325 put. That's about 50 cents. So about 10% if you go that far out. I think that's pretty good. You're getting about 5% on each side. Let's look real quick and see how much is coming from this side. On the call side, we're getting about 46. And then we're going to go up to 75. Is 75? Yeah. You're getting about 25 on that side. Yep, 25 on each side. Okay. That's about perfect. Let's see if I can get it filled here on Ally. We're going to add 4 options. Buy to open 2, sell to open 2. Okay. For the first one, buy to open, we're going to do the November... Oh, no, sorry. We got to switch to SPY here. I hadn't done that yet. I would have noticed that pretty fast because the strikes, not the strikes, the expiration dates. So, we're going to go to November 20th. November 20th. There's a lot of volatility in the market right now. This will benefit from some decreases or just stagnant movement, as long as we stay kind of really far away. So, buy to open. For the call, we're going to buy the 375 call. And then we'll sell to open the November 20th 370 call right here. So if they stay under 370, we'll make about 25 bucks on that side. On the other side, we're going to buy, well, let's sell this one, sell to open. The one November 20th, what did we say, 330 put. And then buy to open the November 20th, 335. No, 325 put. Okay. Change those both to puts. So we're doing it for a credit. It's about 49 cents. Let's try to fill it at 50. Alrighty, preview order. Alright, we are buying the 375 call, selling the 370 call, so it's a credit spread on that side. We are selling the 330 put. We are buying the 325 put, credit spread on that side. As long as they stay between $370 and $330 by the end of November 20th, we will be good to go. Let's see if the mid is 50. Let's try to place the order at 50. See if we get filled. If I don't get filled by the end of the stream, I may move it down to 49. It just depends. But yeah, there's a little bit we can start making back passively from our Netflix trade. Let's go back to our charts now. SPY is having a little cool off again, similar to these. So while the indicators are pointing to a downtrend, the RSI is going down a lot faster than I'd like it to be, and it could still be in a bullish trend right now. Then Netflix looks like they want to kind of cool off right now. If I wanted, I could use a day trade and just close out the Netflix one for $10, $15. But I feel like I could get the full credit. 460 is where I need them to stay above. They're $21 above that right now. So, but on Netflix, $21, that's pretty far. I mean, that's not very far for Netflix. So we'll see if they want to go back through there. This is the time we reject off. Let's go to the 5-minute. MACD weakening still down below the 0 line. Watch that closely. I still have my Rocket Condor out there for 19. But no fill. I will just cancel that at the end of the day. So let's move our resistance here for SPY up to 57. I think 50 is a bit closer, but I want to be able to see a bit of space there between the lines. Get a little bit of more wiggle room. What did I get filled on that Netflix trade? I thought I took $75 credit. Because why is it saying that I'm up $91 on it? Because it's worth 44. Not completely sure. I'll have to go look at that in my order history or something. Let's turn off this stuff. Okay. Yeah, why is it saying $111? Order status. Let's change our Condor down to 49 cents. See if we get a fill there. Place order. Come on, let me place it. SPY pending replaced. And still not filled. What does it say it's filling at? Now the ask is at 48. Come on, fill me somewhere. I want something. Why am I all of a sudden not ever getting fills? $47. All right. I got filled at 47, which is what the ask is. So all right, so we have that in there. We'll see what our gain loss ends up being on that guy. That expires Friday of next week. Okay, it is almost 11 o'clock. I think that's it for today. I'll be watching Netflix. They are cooling off. They are confirming right now, validating. So we'll see if they are done running up for now. I might close that trade out right now, actually, and just, yeah, try to get back in later. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I will be making a video later, probably starting an indicator series, starting from really basic stuff. So anyways, all right, I will be back same time tomorrow, 8 to 11 Eastern time, and I will see you guys later.